Army Medevac helicopter pilot Chief Warrant Officer James Taylor flew countless rescue missions, but one haunted him. During a massive firefight, multiple casualties needed immediate evacuation. A severe sandstorm had grounded all aircraft, but the wounded were dying. James faced an impossible choice: follow safety protocols and let soldiers die, or fly into a storm that could kill his entire crew and the wounded they carried. James decided to fly. He told his crew, "I can't order you to come, but I'm going." Every crew member stayed. The flight was terrifying. Zero visibility, violent turbulence, instruments failing. James flew by instinct and skill, somehow finding the landing zone. They loaded 5 critically wounded soldiers and took off into the storm again. James's CEO pilot prayed out loud the entire flight back. They made it, barely, landing hard but safely. All 5 wounded soldiers survived. James was recommended for the Distinguished Flying Cross, but turned it down, saying he'd just done his job. James left the army and became a civilian helicopter pilot, never talking about that flight. 30 years later, James was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, ending his flying career. At his retirement party from civilian flying, a man in his 50s approached and said, "Chief Taylor, I'm Michael Rodriguez. You flew through a sandstorm to save me in Iraq. I was one of the 5 you rescued." James barely remembered the names, just the terror of that flight. Michael continued, "I've been looking for you for decades. I became a trauma surgeon because of you. Every life I save is because you saved me first. You gave me a career saving others." Michael introduced James to 3 other men from that flight, all now in their 50s. One was a firefighter, another a paramedic, another a teacher. All credited James with giving them life and purpose. The teacher said, "Chief, I've taught over 3,000 students. They exist in those students' lives because you flew when no one else would." James was overwhelmed. His former CU pilot from that flight, now retired and at the party, told the group, "We were all terrified that day. We thought we'd die. But James flew that helicopter like he could see through the storm. I still don't know how we survived." James finally spoke. "I was terrified too. I second-guessed that decision for 30 years. But seeing you all, seeing the lives you've touched, I finally know it was worth the risk." One of the men asked, "Do you regret turning down the medal?" James shook his head. "I didn't need a medal. I needed to know you lived. Now I do." James learned that the hardest decisions often have the biggest consequences. That risk for others is the essence of service. And that validation doesn't come from medals, but from seeing the ripple effects of our choices decades later, when lives we save create more lives worth saving.